this movement comparison, we're gonna be breaking down pull downs versus pull ups. And very clearly, similar movements here, similar patterns. There's not gonna be too drastic of differences whenever it comes to muscle groups that we're gonna be targeting and training, but the execution, how we're gonna get there, is gonna be really, really different. And I think that is important to actually highlight here. So pull downs are what most people are gonna start with. Not a lot of people actually have the strength to complete a full, solid, good form pull up. So most people are just gonna feel a little bit more comfortable with pull downs. So one great thing about pull downs is the ability here to lock your thighs into place. And that's actually gonna provide a lot of stability, and you're gonna be able to control the angle of your torso compared to a regular pull up. So as you're pulling these down, it's important that you understand what your shoulder blades are doing and what your upper arms are doing, because those things dictate the entire movement. If my upper arms are too adducted, I'm gonna lose a lot. If they're too abducted and flared, I'm also gonna lose a lot there. So I wanna make sure that they're at a slight angle, and I wanna make sure that my shoulder blades are elevating, depressing in conjunction with the movement pattern that I'm doing. And as I pull, I wanna make sure that I'm pulling into my upper chest. I'm not trying to pull down to my belly. I'm not trying to pull into my chin. It's a very controlled pattern here to work my upper back and mid back. The important thing here is that, again, it's stable. I think that that's the highlight of a pull down, is that you're gonna be able to lock yourself in, and you're not gonna have to really dictate what your body is doing in space like with a pull up. So as we get into the pull up, it's obviously a very, very complex movement pattern, even though you're just using body weight. So again, not many people are gonna be very comfortable doing a body weight pull up, whether they're gonna be sacrificing range of motion, or again, they're gonna be swinging, or potentially even not hitting the target muscle groups that we're aiming for. There's generally gonna be some kind of compromise, but for someone who can perform a good range of motion pull up, you wanna make sure that you start from a elevated scat position. So start from a dead hang here with your arms extended. You wanna pull yourself up as high as you can go, while making sure that you're not dumping your shoulders forward either. So here, leading with your sternum again, keeping that chest up. And again, pull up is gonna be a super difficult movement for most people to do. It's not something that I would really expect most trainees to get a lot of hypertrophy stimulus out of, just because there are so many moving parts there. You're gonna be really focusing on what your body is doing, what your torso is doing, what your legs are doing, and you're not gonna be able to necessarily focus on where you're feeling and where you're generating the tension. It's just kind of a game of survival, get yourself up. So pull downs are generally going to be great for metabolic work, strengthening your upper, mid back, your rear delts. Pull-ups are gonna be great for strength acquisition and body control for those that can actually perform them well, get that full range of motion, and making sure that the execution is locked in there. But again, that's not gonna be most people. So for pull-ups versus pull-downs, I think that pull-downs are gonna be where most people need to live, but pull-ups, for those that are actually able to complete them, might be a really, really beneficial movement for, again, strength acquisition and proprioception.